When you reach the end, will you wait for me? Holding out a torch that's lighting up the way. I can't run and I can't crawl, but as soon as I scale your castle walls, I'll try to find you. 'Cause I know I see it all tonight. Oh, I see it all tonight.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into another NGS matchup tonight featuring Phoenix Rising Amethyst and 210 Blechman. Blechman Street, that is. Division D West. Both of these teams, let's take a look at how they're doing in the standings, shall we? We go to Div D West. Phoenix Rising Amethyst is currently tied for 7th at 8 points with Boss O'Clock and 210 Blechman Street. So whatever team wins tonight will be leapfrogging one another. If PRA gets a domination or Blechman gets a domination tonight, those teams will jump up in a tie for 6th with maximum thrust. But until then, some maps will have to be played. We take a look at what was banned here tonight. Phoenix Rising Amethyst, the home team in blue, banning Alterac and D Shire. Meanwhile, 210 Blechman Street, banning Towers of Doom and Sky Temple. PRA electing to go underneath Sky Temple and choosing Tomb of the Spider Queen for our first matchup. I'm alone, solo casting, maybe for the first time this season. But surely not the last. We're already over halfway through Season 17 of NGS. Pretty exciting. I love this song. Lobbies are getting created here. We will hop in there momentarily. We'll shut off our music so YouTube doesn't take it down. Rip wasn't has to co-cast. All good. We'll get you on one. We can get you on one if you're interested. You have to go to NGS and say that you want to be a co-caster, that you've read the rules and instructions, and then you are allowed to co-cast. I can give you the role, and you'll be allowed to co-cast. However, if not, because I'm the assistant to the headcaster, my ass will get chewed, and I don't like my ass getting chewed. Funds to lead the league and mugs acquired. I've co-casted 6 games, but have you done it recently? Because as of the beginning of Season 16, we did a massive purge of people who have not casted in quite some time, co-cast or otherwise, and therefore you already have the role. Oh, nice. Next time around, we will find, you know what you and I should do, easy, is we should try to find the U.S. Army esports team and see if we can cast one of them tonight. Or not tonight, excuse me, but in the future here. That way you can rip them apart. In the way I do PRA. This is going to be a relatively low energy stream tonight. By the way, I'm a little tired from the day. My brother just texted me rather randomly. He goes, "Hey, you up?" As though this were a college hookup. It's so weird to get. I thought this was from my wife because it said my last name. But it's clearly not. Wake up, grab a brush and put a little makeup. I wish I had taken the opportunity relatively recently. I want to say it was last summer, or maybe it's even coming up this summer. System of a Down will be in Las Vegas. And I really should have taken the time to purchase the tickets. I know they were going to be very expensive. However, would have been amazing. Ask your brother to co-cast. Incest is wincest. Oh, yikes. You're not from the South, are you? Well, I don't think so. Not to insult people from the South, you know, it's just more common. I'm from Wisconsin. I'm fat and eat cheese. People from the South and their cousins. These are just facts. We're going to Tomb of the Spider Queen. First map of the day. In my opinion, one of the strongest heroes on this map is Junkrat. I expect to see him either banned or taken. And it's kind of interesting. You've seen more of a resurgence of Junkrat, even in the lower divisions now. I think people identifying that, hey, this is a very strong hero, but has a very high skill ceiling. And a lot of players kind of picking him up as the seasons go on and really starting to implement them into an NGS match that they feel comfortable doing. Understanding he's more of a mage-type character, utility type, if you will, and learning to play with it really well. All the healers banned here. Brightwing, Rhaegar, and Stukov gone already. System has never been high in your list, really. That's surprising. No Phoenix, so three healers, 1 DPS banned already, leaving Johanna, Junkrat on the board. Maybe even a healer. There's only one left, and it's Anduin.
All shall suffer. For the alliance above all.
Leo taken early, so Bruiser, the first pick from the side of 210 Blechman. Blaze and Anduin nearly instant locked from the side of PRA. Very strong meta drafts. But to me, this says that Blechman has a plan. They understood that Anduin is probably the next best healer, but didn't really want to take it yet. So either they're playing some sort of off-meta healer, maybe like an Alex, maybe a Lucio, and they're going to pair something with it. Currently, all three of those heroes can benefit from globes, which leads me to believe this might be an Alex Straza. Instead, we've seen Uther banned. No D-Shield, no Divine Storm in store. Currently, the side of Blechman has the Ring of Frost Entomb combo. Very potent, if pulled off correctly. No Tychus going to be allowed through. Rather interesting, Blechman does play a ton of Tychus. Almost as much as I do, which is too much, one might say. Zergpern taking the Vala, making it through all the way through the third round of bans. And not chosen in those first two rounds, first two pick phases.
The crusade calls.
With Johanna Mama. Maybe the most meta draft I've seen in a while. maybe the Anduin could be considered a little less meta, but and there's the Junkrat I was talking about. So again, it is kind of a double mage, not a ton of kill pressure. Blechman having to rely on consistent and very layered CC. The Noob Stun, the Malfurion Root, Junkrat Trap. Jaina at that point should be able to finish them off, but it's not unless they layer that CC incredibly well, especially if the Anduin pull is going to be available, that they're going to have reliable kill pressure. Steph with an F, going to be looking to lock something here, and it is a Tassadar. A little sketch into an Uberak, perhaps even into a Leo Junkrat. The one thing with Tassadar is he's very strong, but he has to stand still to use a couple of abilities. which makes him a very easy target if they are out of position in any way. How's Blaze into Leo? Bad. The matchup definitely favors Leo. He has better self-healing. As Blaze, you really just need to clear the lane and move the heck out. So... We'll head over to the match screen here. Our home team tonight in perfect Mount Synergy is Phoenix Rising Amethyst. Do you get it? You see why they're called Phoenix Rising Amethyst? Well, stick around, you'll figure it out. We have Little Barista playing the Anduin, Soul Shepherd on Blaze, Hatsumishu, or Honey on Blaze, Steph with an F playing Tassadar, and Zergpern on Vala. From right to left, our team in red is 210 Blechman Street. We have Ladoy playing the Anubarak, Slow Cheetah on Jaina, a Bag of Biff on Malfurion, Zampex on Leo, and Dominator? I think that's Dominator on the Junkrat. Unstoppable already taken out. Buddha not having any engage available to him right now after missing the first stun. We take a quick look at our level 1 talents. Johanna rather wisely going Laws of Hope. You don't typically see that, but the fact that they don't really have any auto attackers, and there is that Junkrat being very punching. Loda getting very low. Vala claiming the first kill of the match. Soul Shepherd and Zergpern maybe looking for more. But Vala able to secure that first kill. 21 stacks on her level 1 as she has taken the quest. Back to what? Interesting. My ADD is popping off the charts here. As 3 people from Blechman try to invade bottom. But we do see a Vengeful Roots out of the Malfurion. A talent that is essentially what you would call an ARAM talent. But can pop off in damage if stacked very high. W quest from the Tassadar. Again, Laws of Hope can be very effective when they don't have any auto attackers. So, gonna have a lot of self-healing, a lot more sustain from the Johanna, a lot more tanky. Blaze kind of getting caught out here. It looks like Blechman is opting to go for a 1-4. But meanwhile, PRA took a tower top. Wall a little bit battered and bruised down here. But again, the Jaina doesn't really have a lot of great siege unless she's really on top. Ooh, Soul Shepherd getting stunned out of there. Not able to get that stun out of dodge this time. And the Blaze will fall. Blechman gonna be doing this bottom camp now. Looks like Dominator, like lowest common. Dominator. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Bear getting stunned there. Junkrat getting a very irritating trap on here, but the whole brigade has showed up now for the side of PRA. Good stun by the Blaze. The Zergpern is popping off. They're going to be claiming, excuse me, the Blaze will be claiming second kill for PRA. It's 2-1 in favor of them. Slight XP lead does go to PRA. Blaze slowly rotating back and forth in between the mid and that top lane. You don't often see this type of style, the 1-4 on this map, particularly because the lanes are so, that's what I'm looking for. They're close together, right? It's a small map. So rotating your offlaner in and out, rotating someone from mid-bot, you can really punish an offlaner that is trying to do this. You know, Leo is obviously hard to stop. He can just press one button and he's out of dodge. But ultimately, each camp taken from their respective sides. We'll have a little bit of a fight here. 4 people from the side of PRA. Going to be clearing this out relatively quickly. And now we're going to have, I think, our first real big team fight since the beginning of the game. Good stun and follow-up roots here from the side of PRA. Malfurion caught out on an island and is going to fall. The camp is still going to be pushing here. Junkrat, is he going to blop them all over? There it is. My pet peeve of all Junkrats of all time. When I'm trying to clear a lane as a DPS, And the Junkrat blasts the things everywhere. Blue team gonna be securing the first turn in of the spider butts. Johanna in the bottom lane catching a little bit of soak that Blaze has left behind. Reversing this map is just wrong, and I will die on that hill. I think that's a fair hill to die on. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that it should be played 4-1 rather top and bottom. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. Jaina's clearing bottom. Blaze is essentially started in as tank. There's a big stun onto the face of Malfurion. Again, great follow-up damage from the side of Tassadar and Zergpern. Leo now taking a lot of damage. But Johanna is going to start flanking here on the bottom side, looking for a little bit of damage. Junkrat not quite quick enough on that trap as he, Zerg claiming 50 stacks, and he is just autoing to his heart's content. Again, with double mage, there's not a lot to pressure a Vala like this. There's not a ton of point-click CC. Once the Entomb comes up, it's definitely going to be a little bit more of an issue for him. But pre-10, Vala is very free to essentially do whatever she wants. The spider butts here are going to be falling, not doing too much damage here. This Hotch getting stunned. Junkrat not quicking the trap out in time. The pull from Bear is going to be able to save him. Excuse me. So the Johanna gets out. Blaze doing a great job poking these towers.
Bring them. Bring me their
Take another quick look at the talents here. Only 3 stacks of Vengeful Roots. At this point, you can safely say that talent probably not worth it. Good stun there by the Blaze. Not a ton of follow-up damage though to go with. 12 globes consumed by the Johanna. As the Leo in the top lane getting a turn in for the side of Blechman. Much needed there from that side. Junkrat going Q build here. That taste for explosion talent there at 4. It's going to be interesting to see what this is paired with at 16. If it's going to be the endless grenade talent, or rather the spread volley, which can be extremely deadly if that taste for explosion gets a lot of value early. Hatsumishu caught out just a little bit here. Gonna have to wait for that circle to go down. Once it does, he'll be able to rotate back safely. Steph and Bear both getting hit by the objective somehow. It's a very scary objective. Meanwhile, Vala in the top lane essentially just bowling the heck out of a Leo because, well, honestly, he gets to. There's just nothing stopping him. No Entomb until now. Wait, until now. There we go. Level 10s are online. This does favor the side of Blechman as they have this objective pushing. You can see the Leo here in the mid lane looking for that Entomb. From the side of Blechman, we do have Cocoon, not Ring of Frost, but it is going to be that stronger water elemental. It is Rocket Ride from the Junkrat, so it's Entomb Rocket Ride. Blaze is going to have to bunker here, not getting it off in time, and that is 20 gems down from the side of PRA. Great rotation there from Blechman. It looks like they're just going to get a turn in. Oh, they actually don't have a turn in top. Oh, they already turned in once. I'm crazy. Looks like PRA and Blechman have made a gentleman's agreement to take each other's forts. And that is what you're going to see here. PRA going to be claiming this top fort. Arguably slightly better because of that boss lane. However, in the bottom lane, Blechman going to be claiming the bottom fort. Better for siege giant camps pushing out. Now, Soul Shepherd here is still very dangerous, in a very dangerous spot. Blechman is going to look to do this camp, and do they have? I mean, they have a couple of mages, so they should be able to clear it very quickly, and they do, very, very quickly. It's a really good call by them, understanding what their comp does well, and it is wave clear. Their camp does, or excuse me, their comp does wave clear exceptionally well. They do have another turn in. They're going to be doing that now. All 5 members. Wait, they need Leo. They need Leo real bad. And Leo is going to be turning in right now. Looks like an engage from PRA is happening here in the bottom lane. It's a good stun from the Blaze, but with the Leo getting the Web Weavers in, oh, this could be a really deadly Entomb. Zamfix decides not to go for it. But 3 members of PRA were rotating very precariously. That's the word I'm looking for. Through that middle lane back to their forts.
And destroy the blue team.
An angry, aggressive man would have gone for it. See Hatsumishu maybe looking to come in with a shield here. The Malfurion is playing, as I would call in Narnia. I mean, he's basically a frontliner at this point. Doesn't quite have that level 13 speed. It is Tranquility. Didn't point that out when we were going through ults. Lot of CC from the side of PRA. The Archon coming out as well. The root does land. Great pull there from Barista just in time. However, Zergpern getting very low as well in the top lane. Wall is going to wall off the Vala on its own. Quest complete from the Johanna. They are very slow. It's a great follow-up CC there from the Anduin. And Zergpern is running wild, trying to get some value, trying to get some stacks. Stun from Soul Shepherd is good. Steph with an F. Everybody is on chase down Junkrat duty. And kind of delaying the inevitable there. However, the credit to Blechman here is all that distraction, even the deaths, were worth it because they took a lot of value in Siege. Let's see how the bottom lane did. That got cleared out relatively quickly. Top is almost gone. Blechman is up a fort and definitely up in Siege. However, PRA does have the slight XP advantage. They have 63 gems looking to turn in at this point for the second Spider Butt phase. And I think ultimately what you see is you see that mages are very strong early. And they kind of taper off towards the end of the game. Their 20s are not as good, their 16s are just not as good as, say, a Vala, as, say, a Tassadar. So you're going to start to see the scaling happen here. As Blechman is trying to do this boss, that would be wild if they were trying that. Steph with an F, caught out here a little bit on an island. That was a pretty wild engage. We almost did boss, we almost saw an entomb, and yet each team deciding, nah, we're going to chill. Blue team Web Weavers are descending the Spider Butts, falling down. We haven't yet seen PRA use any of their ults, really. I don't think we've seen a Rain of Vengeance. I don't know if I've seen a bunker. We've seen Archon. I don't remember seeing a shield. I don't remember seeing a bunker. And eventually they're going to learn that they have an R button. And there is a cocoon onto the Johanna. The dive is actually onto the Spider, though. Here comes the Rocket Ride landing onto the Tassadar. There is shield, but no Light Bomb follow-up. A lot of damage getting low. Is the hammer going to get the kill? Is the hammer going to get the kill? Not quite. Instead, the Blaze is going to be the counter kill. Hatsumisha getting very low, and he's going to fall next. Now here comes the Entomb from the Leo. Light Bomb taken a little preactively there. Zergpern trying to get a kill on the on the Jaina, realizing it's just not worth it. The follow-up damage there is good, and a great stun there from Ladoy. And down goes the Vala, losing her first stacks of the game. Currently at 102 on the match. So good counter engage there from the side of Blechman. It is going to be Snowstorm from Jaina. It's going to be that spread volley that I talked about earlier. Is Steph with an F related to Eric with a K? That's funny. No. You're right. Jaina at 16 can be very strong with that route. But I think generally as a whole, mages fall off a little bit. That's why for a long time you saw the meta essentially just being double auto attackers. Level 16 is just around the corner here. Blechman ahead in many facets of the game. They have a boss pushing this top lane. They're going to have all the forts from PRA down. They're ahead in XP by a full level. Zemfax looking maybe for an Entomb. Not nearly as aggressive as I think he could be. There's definitely opportunities to catch PRA out here. They just seem very content with the game plan. They seem to play like to play it low and slow. And thus far has been, again, to great effect. Dominator with that spread volley getting a ton of siege damage in. Leo very content of being on his own to clear this middle lane. Getting relatively low though. Gonna pop that trade. Or, excuse me, that activatable Asian. Oh boy, how do you say that word? Asian rule? Hot's looking for maybe an engage here, and again, Blechman, it's been going really well for them. Oh my gosh. Malfurion out there trying to auto-attack his heart's content, playing like it's Anduin. But he doesn't get heals as far as I know on his auto-attacks, unless I'm missing something. Maybe I forgot to read the patch notes. No Blaze And yet PRA is looking for this fight. Blaze is clearing top. Junkrat here is sitting in the mid lane. Going to be rotating down bottom. Malfurion is absolutely in Narnia right now. But there's a good cocoon from Ladoy. Tassadar is that target that we talked about earlier. Good job by Jaina getting the damage done. Here comes the Blaze under the back line. A good stun. Is it going to be enough to maybe get this turnaround? Doesn't really look like it. Looks like PRA is in full retreat. Great stun there. Good pull again from Bear. There is Soul Shepherd with a counter stun, but the large blizzard is really a problem. Here is the ladies and gentlemen. There is a bunker. Don't get out yet. Now you can get out. So again, Blechman doing a really good job at counter engaging. Really good job of letting a couple of ultimates go down, getting the cocoon off, and diving in. Jaina with a massive damager with that snowstorm. The level 13 and 16 Zergpern is going to be just kind of vibing next to... I mean, that should be a dead Malfurion, right? Yeah. There we go. It's a good entomb from the side of Leo, but Zergpern is completely uncontested here. No Jaina, no Junkrat around to really help. Atsumishu gonna get popped in the back. Zergpern understanding his job, understanding the assignment here, and it is move forward and kill things. And that is exactly what he's going to do. However, during the scuffle, while two members of Blechman fall, red webweavers are going to be descending here, as the scruffy voice in the background does say. Executor's Will. What does that do? Activate to gain Resonance Beam Charge, 20% spell power, and cause basic and heroic abilities to regenerate 25% faster. That is not the Jaina 16, correct. If that was the Jaina 16, that would have been a very dead Blaze. However, Snowstorm, which has provided kills. The Leo's Johanna's looking for a kill. Oh, the Junkrat just getting it off in time. I mean, if this was a speed run, you'd almost call that a frame perfect trick there. Junkrat rocket riding out of the light bomb, and unfortunately the shield there just missing. I really like that look though from PRA. They understood that they needed to get something done before the side of Blechman gets 20s, and that was a really good look for them. Junkrat gonna be getting out of dodge. Blechman gonna be getting this Camphorus, gonna be getting the level 20s. Level 20s can be very scary with Beetlejuice? Rewinded Beetlejuice? It's the most off-meta Anduin build I've ever seen? Question mark? Okay, this is really bad for PRA. Although the Malfurion is the first to check the book. That is a massive silence and tomb. 3 members of PRA are caught up in there. The Anduin can't pull anybody because she's stuck in a cocoon. Blaze is just kind of... the cocoon. Look at the cocoon. It can't get away, so she gets out. They're all waiting. Oh, Nubarak, read your 20. Read why it wasn't happening. Oh, it's amazing. Is this an ending push? I think if PRA can get 20s before the game ends, they should be fine. I think Zergpern, with that massive range, is going to be able to outpoke. Not having Epicenter, not having Rewind, has really made this game completely in Zergpern's hands. He can out-micro literally everything on the map right now, and outrange everything as well. There's essentially no danger for him. Boss has been called. A good decision here. While Tassadar and Anduin are still not alive. The side of PRA gonna be getting a turn in here, and it looks like they're content in doing so, just so they can clear boss a little bit quicker. However, they need one more gem. And I know math is hard, but 59 plus 1. Get that CC time stat up? That's really funny, actually. You think it's what it is? I bet he's stat padding. So Hatsumishu gonna get that last turn in here. We look top lane as a boss very scarily pushes this top keep. The top keep, I think, is about as good as dead. And here we go. Zernperg is cooking right now. He's got the range. He's almost at 150 stacks. He's only got 1 death. Jaina really taking a lot of damage there. There's a stun from the Blaze, and Jaina, a little bit too far forward, is going to go down. The cocoon onto the Johanna is good. And it looks like PRA is relatively content just kind of letting them walk away. Let me take a look at the level 20s here. It is Cannonball from Junkrat. Sometimes people that go the Rocket Ride will take the either or build. But Blechman really can't be on the map right now. The shield, oh, he got shielded. That's what I missed there. I missed the shield from the Johanna. Zergburn trying to look for an engage, honestly. He outranges everything. Junkrat's bottom lane. The Spider is in the top. Soul Shepherd getting a stun onto the Anubarak and not have... I guess he doesn't have that E up from when he used it to escape just moments ago. Couldn't have been much longer on cooldown, but a great kill yet again from PRA. Now 2 members of Blechman are down. Looks like they're going to be able to clean up this bottom fort and at least take all the forts off the map. See how much more they can get at. Jaina trying to go inside the keep. Just trying to go home. PRA going to be taking the bottom siege camp here for the first time this match. Blechman has had the upper hand here in the bottom lane almost the entirety of the match. Especially after killing that Blaze early. However, no Anubarak yet. Like to see what PRA can do here. Both teams really far away from a turn-in. No boss for 3 minutes. Therefore, we will see a team fight here shortly that will decide the fate of this match. Jaina, again, is just in Narnia. There is a shield. There's a wall behind it. It is long wall. There's the light bomb. However, Hatsumishu getting shredded from that Junkrat. This Jaina is playing absolutely fearless. One pole is down. Silence and Tomb is scary. No shield. It is long wall. Force barrier there. Zergburn. Just hanging out. Both teams going to be taking out their siege camps. Excuse me, bruiser camps. It really comes down to how much value does the Entomb get. As we zoom out here, we can see the Leo actually getting spotted from the Oracle. A really nice play there from the Tassadar. Not a flashy play, but effective nonetheless. 25 gens turned in from Zamfrex. The Leo looking for a turn. Is spotted. It goes onto the Tassadar. There's the Cocoon as well. So really nice combination, but it's not quite enough. Zergburn, the clear target this time around, and it's going to be the one to fall. However, Endless Archon, oh, it's not Endless Archon. Excuse me, as we zoomed in here a little bit accidentally. Anubarak getting very much in there. There's a big stun from the Blaze. Is the damage there? Yes, it is. Blaze getting a bunker down, trying to peel from his team. Really nicely played there by Blechman and understand what the problem is. Great long wall there from Steph with an F. And down goes the Jaina. And now, with Blechman on the back foot, PRA is charging forward, trying to end this game. Junkrat getting really low. Another long wall, but the Q misses this time. Junkrat able to boop out his own butt with the W there. But with no Vala available, it's really not a whole lot you can do without Wave. And with the Junkrat being an anchor that he is for the side of Blechman, essentially PRA is never going to have a Wave to push with. However, 4 catapults on core, almost getting significant damage done. Is he actually going to get core damage? Yes, 2% is not nothing. From somebody who casted PRA, and they went down to 1% on their core and 3% on the other. That might be significant. Shield recharging for the core. Oh, you can't see everybody. Let me press the right button so that everybody can see everybody. This is up in 5 seconds. It's risky. It's possible, but it's risky. Jaina just up now. Zergburn gonna be starting to go in, get a lot of value here. Hatsumishu. That's a big deal that a stun is down from that. And it looks like they're going to leash the boss. They go in for a kill. Again, the Malfurion kind of caught out of place here. It's massive damage all around. This time the Vala able to pop off a little bit. Johanna goes down first. Steph with an F trying to get into the bunker, but not being able to get to. Zergburn taking the brunt of that Junkrat. However, Zergburn is alive. Junkrat's going to be returning. I'm really surprised to see him not stick around and try to help here. There's nothing to stop him from doing massive amounts of damage. Soul Shepherd going to be going down. It's a 3-for-1 in favor of Blechman. They are going to be doing this boss now. Whack love if it's hurting. And now PRA caught between a rock and a hard place. They're going to have to try to clear this boss without a keep, and that is going to be a very difficult task. Turn in almost available for the side of Blechman. They're kind of getting beat up by this boss a little bit. They may have to actually back before they can push with this, with the healer of Malfurion being down. So I think it's a difficult task, but it's not an impossible one. Catapult's being cleared up here from Barista and Zergpern. They are very close to the turn-in. You can see everybody trying to collect gems as quickly as possible for the side of Blechman. Trying to get that turn-in there to solidify this game. Zergpern, if he can get stacked up quickly enough without an engage here, all members from PRA are up now. They're going to be able to burn this boss and potentially save the game. Good wall there from Steph with an F. Zergpern has to keep his damage completely on the objector, on the boss here. There's a cocoon from the Johanna. Bunker immediately used there. And that's a big deal, but the boss, I think, is just too much damage. Steph with an F going down first. Leo being taken out by Zergpern. Zerg's going to kill everybody, but unfortunately the boss is going to kill the core. And this is going to be game one over to the side of 210 Blechman Street. GG's. I used to know a guy named Harkin. Whatever happened to that Harkin guy? Top damage, Junkrat. I said it before. He's pretty good. He's a pretty good hero. Absolutely pumping damage. 91k, followed by Steph with an F, who was the main recipient of the Entomb Rocket Ride combo that is Leo and Junkrat. Blechman, really good combinations that game. Really impressive to see their layering, the timing of everything. You saw the Entomb go out. You saw the Cocoon come out as well. They were really able to make that work. Malfurion leading way in damage, or excuse me, in healing by nearly 50,000, which is almost a staggering number in comparison to the Anduin. But the Anduin, excuse me while you're on. The Anduin was too busy trying to pull everybody out of Entombs and couldn't heal half the time because she was just yanking people everywhere. Giggity. Soul Shepherd with 6 kills and 9 assists. Nice. 4 deaths. Not as nice. But leading the way in Siege. XP soaked. The Leo, 24,000 over the Blaze at 20,000. And we are going to be going to Battlefield of Eternity. Before we do, we'll take a quick look at the talents from each team. Again, very off-meta builds here from the side of Blechman, but really making it work. We saw the Vengeful Roots. We saw the Big Blizzard at 16. We ended up seeing the Quest for Taste of Explosions at 4 from the Junkrat. We saw the Crypt Weaver and the Beatles Juiced at 16 for a Nubrak. Just very, very interesting across the board. But they played it extremely well. And they have got a hard-earned point on the board going into what could be match point. Red team won that. Battlefield of Eternity, I believe, was picked by the blue team. We'll give Blechman their point. We'll wait for the game to begin. I'm gonna step away for a moment, stretch the water and drink some legs, and I'll be right back. Alright, Gossamer, not sure what Love Sharts has to do with anything. However, we will go into our next match, which is going to be Battlefield of Eternity. Game 2 between Phoenix Rising Amethyst and 210 Blechman Street. Excuse me. Jaina only has 116. The other two are misclicks. Falstad only has one ult. And the other one shouldn't even be in the game. However, one of the most troll things I've ever seen in effective uses of the Falstad laser, bird laser, excuse me, they would get somebody really low and they would get pulled by Anduin, and Falstad would just blast the Anduin and get the kill every single time. It was super troll, but also really funny to watch. Sparhawk saying, good luck. This time the Johanna can be picked up from Blechman. As, again, all the healers banned. Phoenix. You need to stop yawning. My goodness. Phoenix, again, banned. The noob only has 120 and the other three should make him explode.
A great destiny.
Oh, that's funny. I couldn't even tell, because he's one of the heroes that actually has 4 ultimates, right? I know one is Rewind. I know one is the upgraded Cocoon. I know the other one is going to be upgraded Locust, but he has another one, right? Or am I crazy on that? As we see Artanis and Uther picked up from the side of Blechman. Kind of glossing over the fact that PRA has taken Li Ming and Varian. No Vala. Same exact bans as last match. Yes, exactly. Minus the Vala that was just banned here. This is only deviation thus far. Let's see what Blechman decides to go with here for their 3rd and final ban of this game. And it's going to be the Anduin. So that makes sense. All the meta healers are banned, leaving Malfurion up, which isn't terrible. With the taunt Varian, can be extremely effective. And you are going to see that taken here. The Uther does leave open the possibility of double support from the side of Blechman. Something that you see quite often on this map, especially in higher rankings. You just kind of see Uther and maybe like a Stukov, but with him being banned. What else do you pair with it? Not much. It would be a pretty wild combination. It's going to be Raynor from Xanthrix. This is Jimmy. And Dominator, Junkrat yet again. Will Blechman pick the vagina again? Wildly inappropriate and hilarious. I love it. Zerdpern needing something here. I'm assuming this will be a Hanzo choice. But we will see here. Yeah, it's going to be Hanzo from Zerdpern. So Race definitely going... definitely going to the side of Phoenix Rising Amethyst. I don't think it's a blowout in Race, but I think at 7 it's going to be a lot harder for the side of Blechman to keep up in Race. Junkrat not doing a great job on it. Obviously, Raynor, Artanis are strong, but 3 members, the Li Ming, Hanzo, probably some of the fastest burn, and then Hatsumishu also on Blaze. And I'm just now realizing we may have a role swap here from the side of PRA. But let's get into this match. Let's talk about it a little bit while we load in. Again, Phoenix Rising Amethyst gonna need this win to progress the game to a map 3. 210 Blechman on their way to a domination here if they can finish off the job on Battlefield of Eternity. But our home team tonight is PRA. We have Barista playing. Wait, no Mount Synergy, let's point out. Okay. Getting to that wall just a little bit faster. We have Barista on Malfurion, Zerg playing Hanzo, Steph with an F on Li Ming, Soul Shepherd here in the top lane, maybe, as the Varian, and Hatsumishu playing Blaze. And from right to left, we are going to see Zamfrex in the off lane. That is what we are about to see. He's playing Raynor, Slow Cheetah on the Artanis, a bag of bid. What is that? What is that mount on the Johanna? That is an incredible duck mount. Ladoy playing Uther. And Dominator AFK playing Junkrat. See if we have a stoppage in the action here. Are they going to pause? No, he's here. Okay. Blaze warming up the jets. That's exactly what that should be called. It is going to be a taunt variant. We are going to see the variant here in the bottom lane. What do we have from the Artanis? It is a stacking Artanis. All right. Johanna taking a lot of damage here early. Looking for a swap. Not quite finding one. Is that Slow Cheetah. Hanzo doing a great job stacking his quest already. Johanna really taking a lot of damage here. Good stun on the Uther. And as expected, we are going to see a role swap here. We see Soul Shepherd now tanking here in the bottom lane as the Varian. And Hatsumishu playing Blaze in the top lane. It's rather interesting. Looks like Slow Cheetah going in for another swap. Only 8 stacks. The wave clear for both of these teams, well, honestly, the wave clear from Blechman is very strong with that Junkrat. The wave clear for PRA right now, pre-4, would be something that I would call ass. I mean, it is unbelievably poor between the Varian, between the Malfurion, Steph with an F, with the Li Ming has no wave clear. The only wave clear kind of is a Hanzo, which if that's your wave clear, it ain't great. Hatsumichu, though, doing a relatively good job against the Varian, who should be just absolutely hard pushing. Gets a stun there. Popping his armor. Good job there with that oil slick. Really putting it to good work. Noticing that all the members from Blechman just kind of left. PRA wisely deciding to take the siege camp. Maybe to have Raynor inspire it to help push. But by the time Raynor gets back, this camp will already have taken a decent amount of damage here. Hatsumishu pressing that one. Excuse me while I missed what could have been, probably was, a swap by the Artanis and a kill onto the Li Ming. Varian now has that taunt ability. Very strong until level 10. I didn't know about the inflatable duck mount. No, I've never actually seen that. I never saw like the muscles and everything. That's very cool. Look at his little tushy. Meanwhile, we have a gank attempt here in the top lane, potentially. Soul Shepherd not really going for it. Although, if he passed through here... Oh. Red alert, red alert. Look at this burn from the side of PRA. This is what I was talking about. Extremely strong. The camp is going to be cleared up here in the top lane relatively quick. Hatsumishu making sure of that. At PRA, it's going to be on their side to burn. And that's exactly what they intend to do. The swap coming out onto Zergburn. He's going to be able to get over the wall, and it's a good taunt peel on the side of Soul Shepherd. However, Zergburn not out of the weeds yet. One more auto attack from Raynor will do, but he's not able to get it off. Blaze now here in the backline. Slow Cheetah really getting low. And this does favor the side of PRA. They just need to be patient. Now the Junkrat's going to clear. PRA should be able to step up and do a decent amount of damage here to this Immortal. Raynor, you can see, looking to go burn. This is the plan that Blechman has. 4 people go and poke and stall. Meanwhile, Raynor burns with that Exterminator talent. However, 2 separate fights going on there. There's the taunt and a beautiful poke there from the side of Steph with an F. Gonna be securing the kill onto the Artanis. Now, a Mr. Bag, a bit, getting pretty low as well. Zergburn trying to get a kill. The stun not quite landing. Burn has been called, and the side of PRA will claim the first objective here. 1 kill to 1, very even game thus far. The objective going to make quite a difference here, though. The top lane, the siege power of PRA again, and not great. The wave clear lacking. Here is a Raynor caught in absolute Narnia. However, Li Ming just used all of his abilities. excuse me, her abilities. But it will not matter. Hanzo can be able to kill that Rainer, Jimmy down, mission failed, start the mission over again. That's going to make things significantly easier for the side of PRA to get a significant amount of damage done early here. Soul Shepherd striking around, looking for a kill, does find the Uther. It's a beautiful route from the side of Barista there. As somebody that spends a fair amount of time with PRA, I know that Barista has been absolutely dying to play Malfurion, so I'm sure she is stoked. It's definitely enough getting a lot of poke damage in. This objective, excuse me, this fort, getting very low. I expect to see PRA stick around, make sure that that gets killed. Dominator, Hatsumishu, exchanging blows very passively here. This tower getting really low. You don't want this fight if you're a Blechman here. This is not the fight you want, however, it goes very well. Quest complete for Zergpern, but it's going to claim his life for it. So I stand corrected and I'll shut up. But fighting a pre-4 variant is a very tough thing to do, and they did a very good job layering their CC, getting the swap, getting the stun, and now they're going to be doing what they should be, which is pushing this top fort as best they can. However, it's still a taunt variant. It's still a good stun. Steph with an F getting a lot of damage in. It's a massive root again from Malfurion. If this were tree stacks, she might be top damage this game. Zergpern is now here. The Artanis is taking a lot of damage. Taunt is up. I'm just going to probably taunt the first thing we see. Again, beautiful root behind on that Malfurion. Steph with an F now getting the resets. Malfurion claiming 2 of the kills here on the 210. Blechman, PRA running him down. Zergpern jumps over the wall to try to get some damage done. Scatter arrow just misses. There's going to be plenty of damage to get that down. Soul Shepherd has taunt, looking for it. Not going to find it. Now level 10's on side for PRA, and really the first time they've had momentum this series. The level 10's online first. It is going to be Tranquility, Bunker Drop, Wave of Force, obviously Dragon Arrow. Not obviously, it could have been the other option, but it will be Dragon Arrow this time around. And what will the Varian take? Anxiously await his decision. Will it be the shield? I prefer the shield over the ally stuff, a little extra E. But it's just a comfort thing, really. I know one could be called better than the other, but Soul Shepherd looking for a kill here, finding the Artanis, taunting underneath the boss. A lot of damage getting done, but it's a great unstoppable by hand. Meanwhile, the Blaze getting a lot of damage done onto the Johanna. The arrow does hit Joe as well, but it looks like they're going to come out of this relatively unscathed. The fact that they lost several ultimates and we're still alive is very good. However, Soul Shepherd looking for a stun and a taunt, and finding one, excuse me, for the terrible mouse placement there. Zergpern jumping over the wall, trying to get Ladoy. Pre-10 variant, very, very strong. Very hard to deal with, especially when you don't have a lot of heal. Uther, Artanis, Joe, not really known for peel. But now with level 10s, things will be a lot easier for them. 210 Blechman, gonna have that. Oh, this Purifier Beam. I think the. No, I guess it's a good call. They really don't have any auto attackers. That makes sense. Steph with an F looking for the one-shot kill there from Li Ming. But the variant is stuck top trying to clear a lane. Excuse me, as we call through the ult again. It is going to be Divine Shield from the Riptire, Hyperion, and Blessed Shield. However, here comes Soul Shepherd looking for some sort of taunt. Down comes the Hyperion, essentially buying a little bit of time. There's a stun arrow. There's the follow-up there. Oh, the Joe unfortunately goes in. Great D-shield there from the Uther. Riptire going to be zoning out the side of PRA. And again, Blechman doing an incredible job this, not just this game, but this series of getting an engage, or being engaged on, not dying, and then forcing this counter engage, which is what you see them looking for here. The swap almost lands onto Barista, but not quite able to find the swap. Blaze doing a great job pushing in this top camp. We see a battle royale here for this bottom camp. Blaze is coming down now, and I'm sure he's saying to his team, hey, just stall. Just stall. Zergpern, though, getting stunned. Excuse me, getting swapped. There's a taunt onto the backline. Zergpern getting really low. Rainer's in the top lane. Nobody's doing the camp. The Hanzo's going to be the first to fall, but it's still a 4-on-4. Hanzo just caught out a little bit too far think that's the second death from Hanzo. Rectamundo. Blaze going top to deal with the Rainer. And if I am Blechman, I'm taking this camp now. This is my camp. I get to do this. I have a Junkrat, albeit I just threw his trap into the wave. But that is a lot of poke to have to get through. I like the thought to try to go for the swap there from Cheetah. At the very least, just the intimidation factor, trying to get them off. Is Blaze going to be able to get this out in time? Yes, it looks like the Rainer was distracted by the wave. Not like he could have done much, probably, to the Blaze. It would have been a hell of a fight, and Arrow would have likely come through. Varian getting swapped there. I don't think that's where you want to be. There's the shield from the Johanna. Unstoppables are down, stuns are out. There's a stun arrow from the Hanzo. But Rainer has come down, Blaze has come down too, and it doesn't look like either team had realized their offlaners were rotating down. So a couple outs down for each side as each team goes to poke. This Riptire is going to get a massive amount of value. Can you taunt a Riptire? I legitimately don't know. Very close burn. Very, very, very close burn. But I believe it does favor the side of PRA. Johanna getting taunted again. A massive damage and CC stun there from the Blaze, but it's a beautiful disengage from the Junkrat into the Immortal stun. And now PRA on the back foot. They have to get into that bunker. Soul Shepherd trying to get out of dodge there. Not able to do so. Hatsumishu getting a lot of damage taken to him as well. Look at the roots there. Li Ming just not able to quite get the damage. While this is happening here on the objective, this camp getting a ton of value top. About as much as this next objective is going to get. Rainer is now burning. PRA is going to need to go in and try to get something done before it's too late. Loda getting a stun onto the Varian. Johanna into the backline, but Zergpern is out here poking the DPS. He gets stunned by the Junkrat troop, but it's a good stun from the Blaze. And Johanna's going to be the next to fall. Again, great swap from Slow Cheetah. Gets Hatsumichu into the stun of the Immortal, but the next Immortal is going to go over to the side of PRA. The stun arrow from Hanzo, nearly point blank, but enough to stall him. So Varian can get the taunt. Hanzo can finish the kill. And PRA, yet again, takes another objective. Going to be going bottom. And this top camp wrecking both the wall and towers that were once standing here from the side of Blechman.
Let the burning hells atone for their sins. I will bring down the gates of hell.
Blechman really needed that fight to go well for them. And it really was until it wasn't. Which sounds stupid to say, but they were really in control of that for a long time. But a great engage. Kind of a double-pronged attack. Ooh, that's a beautiful move from the Junkrat there. Exactly what Blechman is going to need more of. There's a good shield, but the swap was just not quite there.
Thus ends my assault on hell. I must rest for a time.
PRA doing their camp. Blechman stunning that monster. This is that was a you couldn't have timed a kill any better from the side of Blechman. They needed to somehow get a pick to kind of catch up in levels, and that pick on the Blaze gave them nearly a full level, if not a full level. And now they're going to be 16s in time for the next objective. And they were able to even do a camp or two, as opposed to literally just cowering on the map the entire time. However, speaking of cowering, Xamphex running for his life. There is an arrow. It's a good boop from the Junkrat. Not quite enough. D-Shield has to be used. And I think if you're PRA, you're very content making, having the D-Shield go down. The 90-second cooldown on that objective will be up relatively soon. Great D-Shield there, just to keep the Rainer alive.
We immortals shall return before long, heroes.
Take another look at the talents here. I apologize, I do not show that enough sometimes. It is Glass Cannon Li Ming. It's piercing arrows. Titan Killer. Triple strike. They're looking to try to take the Blaze out. I think if they had just been a little bit more patient,
I will deliver this realm from your corruption, Hellspawn.
PRA would have found a kill there somewhere. But it looks like they're looking for an engage. There's the shield by the Johanna. Lots of damage going up, but it's a great bunker from the Blaze. There's the protect. And now, with nearly every ultimate down, Riptire notwithstanding, until here it comes, Li Ming is doing terrible, terrible damage. And what a scatter arrow there from Zergpern onto the Rainer, nearly 100 to zeroing him onto the backside of the wall. It's a beautiful arrow in. Steph with an F doing terrible, terrible damage. And there come the resets. Li Ming trying to get the kill. Zergpern going to confirm it for her. Soul Shepherd still looking for more. Onto the Uther. Another scatter arrow. Just massive damage. The stun from the Malfurion is solid. And Li Ming is going to claim the next kill. And that should about do it for this match. Now, we're going to hit halftime. Blechman is going to be all up to defend this. But they're going to be down nearly 3 levels again. Hatsumishu doing a great job pushing this out. It's not over yet. Unless this Junkrat gets picked. Oh, it's a really bad kill, but a great play from PRA. Junkrat just not able to get that boop off in time, and thus falling.
Victory through righteousness.
Good shield here. Good cleanse as well. Soul Shepherd taking a lot of damage. Blinds are really strong. Scatter arrow doing terrible, terrible damage. There's a stun from the Blaze, but it doesn't quite land. Huge arrow lands on the 2 members of Blechman, but Li Ming doesn't quite have the follow-up damage. Soul Shepherd needing a heal, Hatsumishu needing a heal as well. Again, Junkrat will be up to defend this. I think they have the wave clear to defend this. I think if PRA wanted to, they could just take both the forts, excuse me, both the keeps and be content here. That's what they appear to be doing. Blechman, again, with that Exterminator, really kind of an underestimated talent. I mean, you know it's good for taking camp, but look at the power of that. Oh, one last swing. It was very close to living. And now PRA is going to get 20s. They're going to get all the camps on the map. Blechman can no longer exist on the map. They have to sit in core, wait for an objective, and all in. But despite being down talent tiers, sometimes down players, Blechman has remained resilient. Oh no. Oh, Rainer, no. Oh no, Rainer. Rainer, run. Okay. Rainer lives. It's okay, everybody. Blechman here in this bottom camp. They need to be hurting. Yeah, they Uther? You're crazy. No, oh no, he's gonna get spotted. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, he's been spotted. He's been spotted by the mini wave. It's like, does PRA know? There's no way they know. There's no way they know. Okay, they've given up looking for him. Although he is scared. Go home, soldier. 07. Junkrat almost dying to this camp here in the top lane.
Red team's core is under attack.
Red team's core is not under attack. Everybody relax.
I am on my
The Blaze had barely crossed the threshold.
Be ready.
And you like to see this forward positioning from the side of PRA. Everybody getting all bushed up right now. Hanzo backing up for an arrow. You can see the position there. The arrow is good. The stun from the Blaze is going to be even better. The Li Ming damage is huge. The D-Shield does go on to the Arcanus, but it's not going to be enough to win this fight. Li Ming claims another one. Rainer is in a world of hurt. Yeah.
Heroes slain. Red team's core is under attack.
Junkrat about to fall.
Heroes slain.
Uther, the next to fall. PRA, Phoenix Rising Amethyst, takes game 2. And we will go to a decisive game 3 match. I don't know what the hell that was. Going at me. Oh, I changed my look sensitivity. Oh no, it's crazy. A very decisive game there from PRA. Blechman really didn't have a lot to deal with the Varian. Johanna's very weak in the Varian. They really didn't have a lot of good peel for it. The Junkrat could have been very effective, however, didn't necessarily take the build to deal with such a thing. And therefore, obviously, he couldn't. (18-4) in kills in favor of PRA. Now, Furion is 2-0 tonight, by the way. I don't know what that says about the current state of the meta, but I guess play Malfurion. Yeah, I played against I played against a Nexus team. Or was that a heroic team? Maybe it was a heroic team. And they had a Malfurion player who was very proficient in the hero. And that man nearly single-handedly dumpstered us. I mean, it was awful. Anything we tried to do, he was there with a peel. He was there with a silence. It was awful. He just effing crushed us. I wish I remembered his name because I would give him credit. But man, I had never been shit on so hard by a Malfurion in my life. Dark Knight, welcome in, everybody, for an exciting, what will hopefully be an exciting Game 3 between Phoenix Rising Amethyst and 210 Blechman Street. We just wrapped up Game 2 here. PRA took Game 2 to force, obviously, the next number that comes after 2, a Game 3. We started out on Tomb of the Spider Queen, a very close matchup, one from Blechman. Game 2 was not as decisive. The Taunt variant combo with the Malfurion and Blaze, too much for Blechman to overcome. Unable to win the burn early, unable to win team fights late. So, we go back to map select. We will fill in our data so you can see, you can plan, you can predict what is going to happen next. I don't know where we're going yet. But stay tuned and we will find out. Give a shout out here to Dark Knight, another one of our great NGS casters. Thank you for casting. Thanks for the raid as well. I feel like I maybe didn't say all of 210 Blechman's folks when I started. Oops, and I need to give PRA a point. So I don't remember saying several of the names. I remember saying some of the names, but not all of them. I think I got distracted by something immediately. My apologies if that's the case. So, what maps are left? Well, if Raka was here, she'd be voting for Braxis. Which is fine. I think what I prefer to see is something like a Garden or a Cursed. I'm a little Infernal Shrined out. I really don't want to cast another flippin' Volskaya game. Please, teams. Do not take... Oh no, Blechman's map pick, don't they? Oh, they're gonna pick Volskaya. I mentioned it in draft. I said, you want to ban Volskaya, right? They're like, oh no, we kind of like that map. Oh, I hope I didn't stick the whole foot in my mouth. No map yet decided. Lobby has been created. Oh god, it's flippin' Volskaya. I knew it. I knew it. I'm gonna be here till midnight. It's my fault. Honestly, it's my fault. I suggested it to Blechman that they should ban it, and then they said no, and now here we are, playing Volskaya at 11:15 at night. No end in sight. Oh, please, teams. Please pick Ragnaros so the game can last even longer. I hate sleep, and I don't want to ever. What am I doing in the water category? Not great. It ain't great. Gonna have to use it a little bit more sparingly. It appears as though... What's up, Krizzo? Rag Naz? No, Naz is fine. Naz takes buildings and does damage. Ragnaros just stalls the game and does nothing of value to anyone, ever. You will not convince me otherwise. Rag players are bad, and they should feel bad for playing them. And Chris, if you're in the chat, I love you, but no. Stop it. Stop playing it in Storm League. Stop playing it in NGS. Stop requesting other people play it. Remove Ragnaros from the game 2024. It's a position, a petition that I have started. See, I have nobody here to bounce quirky ideas off of me and stuff like that, so where I'm at right now is just in full rant mode. I'm coasting into my mid-30s, and we're just going to start ranting about things that we don't like. Which would be Ragnaros, red lipstick, just generally, and Ragnaros. I think of the list of 3 things that annoy me today, 2 of them are Ragnaros. We have an already from the side of Phoenix Rising. Just waiting on Blechman to confirm that they are good to go. We'll get the show on the road. I need to commission someone to draw a rag with red lipstick. Yeah, I don't know why red lipstick bothers me so much. I really wish... I'm going to see my therapist tomorrow. Maybe I'll mention it. But, like, it's just so wildly unattractive to me. And it's really the only thing. It's like I have no preference in, you know, body shape or whatever size of woman. Like a fucking
Volska
I've dated
Industries.
all kinds, right? But like the red lipstick thing, generally speaking, has just irked the hell out of me. It might be like, maybe I associate it with like Pretty Woman, where she was a hooker. Because she wore red lipstick all the time. Who the hell was that woman? Robin Roberts. Julia Roberts? Julia Roberts. Red lipstick didn't bother you when I told you to drop it with one of your French girls? I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird, and it drives my wife crazy. But, and I can't only loose women wear red lipstick. Okay, so let's talk about this. These are going to be the normal bans. We can ignore the game. This is important to know. Crizzo, stop talking about hots. We're talking about red lipstick here. Taylor Swift, right? Objectively, a very beautiful woman. I can't deny it. Except, what does she wear all the damn time? Red lipstick. And I think it just makes a person look like, I don't know. It like distracts me from the rest of the good that's happening, and it says, look at my lips specifically. Plus then it gets on your teeth, and then like the teeth are red, and you just kind of look like you've just sucked blood, which maybe that's what Taylor Swift is doing. Maybe she's actually sucking, well, this is getting really weird, maybe she's sucking Travis Kelce for sustenance, and don't make that weird. I didn't make it a weird thing, but maybe she is sucking Travis Kelce for sustenance, and that's how she's getting stronger. Then once she's strong enough, she's gonna take on the world.
Frozen throne.
As both tanks are taken here early. Standard bans again. 3 healers, 1 Phoenix. Hatsumishi taking Johanna. This time Blechman taking Anubarak and Lucio. When I wear red lipstick, my mom calls me a sleut. Maybe, I don't know. I could keep going, but I need to tell myself to stop. It's so irrelevant. It's so irrelevant.
I stand ready.
We have Deckard. We have Vala. Succubus, scandalous wench, burner at the stake. Offlane stitches would be pretty cool to see. Not so much into a Nubarak, but it would have been cool in theory. Sylvanas, Zul'jin. I'm very okay seeing double auto attacker here. I think it's exceptionally strong on this map. Especially a Tychus. KT being banned. So we have a new member from 210 Blechman Street here playing Lucio. Arguably because of the massive CC chain that Phoenix Rising Amethyst has done last game. You're going to be able to high-five away some of that CC. And early doors, Phoenix Rising has no shortage of that.
A great destiny.
Slow Cheetah bringing out potentially the Tom Varian and Easy K calling the Nazebo early. That is what we see here. It's kind of an interesting comp. But I like the thought process behind... Well, yawn. Maybe an Anubarak stun into a Nazebo wall. And then the Nubarak just kind of vibes there while the target dies. Maybe Burning Beetles.
Victory for the Forsaken.
Need a light.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We see Blaze for the third game from PRA. This time, Soul Shepherd back on that. And it is going to be the double auto attacker, like I had mentioned. Sylvanas this time picked up with Stefan F. Asterisk doesn't go high five. He always goes sound barrier. I don't believe that. The man is level 450 Lucio, and you're telling me he only goes sound barrier? There's the Rainer again. No way. No shot, no how. Gonna be interesting to see this time what Zergpern decides to go on Vala. Typically favoring that auto attack. But if you're ever looking for a comp that synergizes slowing, Johanna has slow, Deckard has slow, Sylvanas has slows. Wait, Sylvanas has slows. No, I don't think so. I don't think her W slows. But Blaze obviously does. Johanna, Deckard definitely do. I think Q build gets a lot of value here. But it'll be interesting to see what they do. Obviously, you can stack it very effectively against the objective. The siege potential from both teams is off the charts. A lot more wave clear this time around. I didn't take high five until I was forced. This is crazy.
Commence combat preparations.
Oops, we need to switch over to the match screen. It is 1-1. Both teams, well, PRA, look at that Mount Synergy. Both teams obviously need this to win the match. From left to right, our home team in blue. It's Phoenix Rising Amethyst, Hotch on the Johanna, Soul Shepherd on Blaze, Zerg Pern on Vala, Lieutenant Barista, Little Barista, whatever you want to call Barista,
10 seconds.
Gambit Gaming Barista. Excuse me. On that Deckard and Steph with enough on Sill, and from right to left, it is 2-10 Blechman Street. With Dominator playing the Rainer, Asterisk on Lucio, Zamfrix on the Nazeebo. Slow Cheetah playing one of my favorite mounts, by the way. I absolutely love the Reaver mounts from StarCraft 1 on the variant. And so I don't miss it this time like I think I did last time. It is Ladoy playing Nubrak this time around. Good wave figure. On the side of PRA. Getting a stun onto that variant already. Understanding they don't have anybody. Right away I can tell that the level 1 from Deckard is that Sapphire. Spiders from the Nazeebo. Ace in the hole from Rainer. Johanna doing an excellent job stalling these rotations out, but taking a lot of damage in the process. Oh! Johanna, the ultimate juke here. Instead of going back in the lane, just goes down. And not Slow Cheetah, despite his name being very quick. It's such a cool mount. I love that mount. I don't know why. I know why. It's a thing of the past and I'm old. So like I look at that and I go, that's pretty cool. That's what I remember playing as a kid. Both teams deciding to jump on the fortification camps here. Baron, Zergpern taking it for PRA. Meanwhile, 3 members, Astros, Ladoy, and Zamfrix, going for their fortification camp. Rainer vibing in the top lane. Quite literally. Level 4 is not quite online. It's a good dive here. But Vala, after she survives the initial stun, yeah, that's a super dead bug. Zergpern went over there and spread democracy all over a Nubarak. I still need Raina's Vulture mode. That's a very cool mount too. I like that. I need more Smurfs. Yes. I hope somebody in chat understands my democracy joke.
We've redesigned our trigger protectors for combat in the Nexus.
I thought it was
Prepare to begin field.
We take a look at our ultimates here. Ultimates, abilities, talents, whatever they're called. Wow, a couple things actually really stand out to me just initially. We see Behemoth armor from the Rainer, and we see Mercenary Queen from the Sylvanas. There is Sapphire getting a lot of damage done. The Mercenary Queen here, Stefan F is going to be pushing in this top lane. Going to be doing terrible, terrible damage. As looks like the Blaze going to be stepping on this objective here, claiming a little bit of time. It is Smash Varian, making the Vala clearly the main target. But if the Vala can survive the initial blast, she should be okay. Zergpern, a lot of damage in there. Mitsubishi doing a good job at just kind of keeping Blechman at bay. For Super Earth. Yes! Thank you, Pope. I knew you wouldn't let me down. Blechman doing a great job, though, already clearing that top camp. PRA going to be getting their level 7s. Going to be clearing that camp. It looks like Amethyst is cranked right now. This is an interesting decision. PRA with level 7 is going to try to get this healing camp. It looks like they're going to be able to do so. So they're going to have a turret. They're going to have a healing camp. They're going to have level 7s, and so is Blechman. It's not full Sapphire. It's going to be shielding and reduced damage dealt, which I think is a really strong ability from Deckard. Is double support, like, Deckard, Anna a thing? Could that be a thing? Should that be a thing? No, right? Because if you have anything that just dives, they just kind of die, right? We have our first real scuffle here. Look at how angry those turrets are. They're so angry. And a beautiful disengage there from Barista. And everybody is super low. Zerg Current getting that last E in, getting the kill there. Looking for more. And finding Zerg Current with 2 solid kills there. Hatsumichi taking a lot of tower damage. I mean, this is scary. When you see this, you have to run. If you're Blechman, you just go. And this is the aggression that you didn't see from PRA in Game 1. You didn't see them try to push their advantage, try to take out, you know, towers here and there. Slow Cheetah looking for a smash onto Barista, but having 10 armor because of a friend nearby. Good peel there. Looks like she's going to be able to get out. Ladoy getting really low. Blaze now rotating up. Meanwhile, it's kind of a later game team for the side of Blechman. They need the Naz to stack. They need the variant to, well, he has Smash, but a couple more levels wouldn't hurt. Zebo's got to stack. Lucio's got to get some talents before he's a real healer. So a lot of things have to happen for Blechman. But they're going to be a lot stronger later on. While level 10s are available, we do see Wailing Arrow, Rain of Vengeance, Bunker Drop, Shield, Stay a While, and listen. If you're a Blechman, you don't want to be here. There's a shield. Beautiful stun from Soul Shepherd. Beautiful arrow there from the Sylvanas. And
Hero slain.
I don't know what got onto PRA, but they look like a team possessed right now. And they are making all the right decisions. Blechman caught out just a little bit farther than they should be without the level 10s. And this building is hella gone.
Blue team has destroyed the fort.
Poking. That's kind of a cool mount too. Blechman gets an absolute A++ for mounts. I've never seen that one either. Oh, it's like an eyeball.
Blue
What the
team
hell?
has destroyed the fort.
That's cool. PRA, meanwhile, taking forts. I'm very distracted by the aesthetics. Blechman is A+ for mount synergy and everything else. Ugh, I need to blow my nose. Here, watch Blaze for a second while I take care of this. Okay, sorry. Each team doing the fortification camp. Blechman is in a little bit of trouble here right now. They're in danger of falling down 3 levels. They need to look for a fight now. They have the Cocoon, they have Gargantuan, they have Shield Wall, the Rainer's Raider, they have Sound Barrier, as mentioned by Harkin. The mounts are cool, but no skin energy, true. And here we have Lucio stepping up again. Blechman, again, rotating very aggressively. Looks like they're trying to look for a fight, but there's just nothing here. They're just not finding the right angles. Mercenary Queen's going to be pushing this top lane. Looks like Blaze is double soaking. Maybe going to be coming in for a fight here. PRA very content. Letting the camp be cleared while they take the support camp. Hatsumichi here. Really good finding, he showed, right? Looks like they're going in for a fight. Is the shield there in time? Yes, it is. There is the shield. There is a silence arrow. Huge silence arrow! And a beautiful stale while listen from Bear as well. But the silence arrow hit the Lucio as he was going in for the sound barrier. Canceled it entirely. Now, once again, PRA pushing buildings. Oh, a huge stun from the Blaze.
Power routed to the terminal.
There it is.
Control it and you can pilot the protector.
What can Blechman do here? Well, they're going to know that somebody's on the objective, right? As long as the time is counting up. They have 5 available. If you can cocoon somebody, it's 3. Now, I know you're down a talent here, but hear me out. What if it was a 3-on-5? Zergpern is kind of caught out. Hatsubishu as well. And it looks like Blechman's just kind of okay with status quo here. They're okay getting the objectives. They're trying to get 13. Looks like they're trying to get 13s before PRA gets 16s. PRA desperately scurrying around trying to get 16s. And I assume they will be backing out of here if possible. Lots of potions set up here on the objective. Use PRA. They're going to get their 99%. They are the 99%. Nazebo is showing off the map for PRA as they are wisely deciding to just kind of leave. Soul Shepherd not quite catching him. Angrily scurries at him and will be scurrying away. Now if 16 is available, PRA Blechman is going to have to concede this at some point. They can get some percentage here, but ultimately they're going to have to give this objective up. Down 3 levels of full talent here. It's 7-0 in favor of PRA. Yeah, and wisely deciding to back off. Concede the objective. They're going to lose a keep for it, but they haven't lost the game yet. Especially once Nazebo gets stacked, I think this is going to be a very different game. And he's getting there. He's at 120, so he's stacking over 10 a minute. He's at a very good rate. However, Deckard's looking like a snack. As Bear wisely puts the triangle over the top of her. Silence Arrow goes flying past. And Blechman very intelligently just... How did the... What? How did he die? It's a bunker. What killed that Anuparak so fast? Does Bear get out? I think Bear gets out. I think Blaze and Johanna kill every... What is happening? I mean, I know they're up a couple of levels, but right now Blaze and Johanna are 1v9ing. I mean, this is nuts. Does he have another stun? How long until his next stun? He has it in 1. He's not going to use it. So... Wow, what looked to be a beautiful engage. They got a very early kill on the Solanas. The Silence Arrow went waning. Get it? Not wailing, waning. But ultimately, PRA able to turn that around. Level advantage definitely making a difference there. Slow Cheetah's just running at the Deckard. And I'm assuming the Vala is going to be a little upset after those spiders take half of her health that perhaps she didn't go Bloom instead of Tempered by Discipline. Only 38 stacks from the Vala, too. How many deaths? None. Look at the damage here from PRA. Pretty nuts. The Blaze and the Johanna are beating the Vala right now. Mostly because of that one fight. But... Wait, do we have Shattering Throw? Oh, we don't have Shattering Throw from the Varian. No, Blechman. Dang. That would have made a very big difference in these team fights. Oh. Blechman needs a fight. They're looking for it. Johanna's not quite here. Huge stun onto the Nazebo. Great stasis. The Stale while Listen does go off. The shield from Hatsubishu is good. And the Blaze and the Johanna are just kind of in the back line wrecking havoc. Down goes the Varian from the Johanna. Blaze is looking for more, but the Johanna's rambunctious ass gets in the way. I don't know why it's rambunctious, don't ask me why. Vala gonna claim the life of the Lucio. Camp pushing top. The stun from the Blaze, not quite there. I mean, he wants to kill so bad. He's trying to get it. Steph was enough, trying to get it as well, but just not finding it. So that Triglav didn't take a keep as I was expecting it to. However, I half expect these two camps with Merc Queen maybe not just to kill here, but to maybe end the game. Shield is going to be back online. Stay a while and listen now for a little bit. But enough CC and 2 auto attackers, especially Avala and Manticore, could be enough. And I'm kind of surprised that they don't stick around. But maybe with level 20s, they don't want to risk anything. They just want to clear this out as fast as they can. Get some damage somewhere else. Maybe take bottom fort. Eliminate that tap. And what Blechman was doing so good the first and second game, trying to get their counter engages in. I've just been falling a little bit flat here in game 2 and 3.
An access terminal will be online in a moment.
The thing
Blue
is,
team has destroyed the fort.
Blaze and Johanna look like when the older kid's trying to join the little kid football game. Yeah. One's Varian uses Smash. As far as a bruiser goes, he's a little lackluster. It's a very strong ability if you get the kill. But if you don't get the kill, then what? You're just kind of a meh auto attacker. See an engage here a little bit from Blechman. See the Gargantuan go down essentially just to wave clear and peel. Zergpern does have that Farflight quiver and can poke this from ever. Vala just trying to keep her stacks up right now. You kind of see all the micro decisions here are made from doing it. Varian is in the back line. What is happening? Meanwhile, Johanna, it's a split fight. We need to zoom out just a little bit farther to actually see what's happening. Johanna gets caught by the Nazebo. It's a good break it down and listen. Break it down and listen? Let's break it down from the Lucio. Stay a while and listen. From the Deckard, it's good to peel. There's a really interesting engage there. Blechman really caught PRA looking the other way. They're almost able to get a pick on the Deckard. But not quite. I think if you're in a Zebo, you just have to push in lanes. You have to let everybody else defend and make sure that you can rotate between these lanes, get these catapults down, maybe put your Gargantuan on some buildings and try to get a little bit of experience. Try to get 20s before there's a level 20 Triglav running down your throat. Very intelligently, PRA using arrows from the Sylvanas to push this bottom deep and eventually take
Blue
it.
team has destroyed the fort. Blue team has taken control of a protector.
Hotch looking for something maybe here. Gargantuan down. There's a Blaze and a the Sylvanas in this Triglav. And you know Blechman is going to try to look for a fight here.
Core is under attack.
But with the Vala still alive, it's going to be very, very scary for Blechman to try to push this. Zergpern, if he doesn't get too distracted, should be able just to kind of kill everything. Oh, the break it down and listen gets interrupted again. Lucio absolutely having the worst luck, or maybe some of the best micro I've seen PRA have all season. And Vala has decided to just end the game. Oh, but a smash on the Varian. Maybe it's enough. It's a good silent zero. Altrex, or Asterisk? Excuse me. Trying to save the team. Vala actually does more damage, unsurprisingly, outside of the bunker than he does in. And gonna be claiming game 3. Congratulations to Phoenix Rising Amethyst. Gonna take the 2-1 victory over 210 Blechman Street. Sylvanas inting at the end there, leading the way in damage. What's going on for real? Vala, Johanna, Blaze, and then Zebo and Rain are kind of bringing up the rear in damage. Varian not able to get a ton of value. Zerg deciding DPS should have the most damage finally. Yeah, exactly. Deckard was a really strong pick here into kind of the dive potential that Blechman had. Being able to use that stay a while and listen really made the Anubarak hard to kind of go in and get what he needed to done. Game 1, you really saw a lot of that in really good in Tombs. You saw the cocoons go in, dive, try to get a kill. The issue with the Anubarak here, though, is the fact that Nazebo and Raynor are not dive heroes. The Varian does, sure, but you really need to kind of slow and poke with the Nazebo, and then the Raynor, while everybody else is distracted, can kind of get some damage done. But, Jesus Christ, General Chat is effing wild. We're just gonna go ahead and leave 69 for a second. Don't worry about that. God. Anyway. Yeah. Let's see if PRA wants to say some words here. Hello.
Hello.
Uh-oh. The whole gang coming?
I don't know.
Oh, boy.
I asked, and then they
no.
were all like, we'll listen. I'm like, okay.
Drag Hachi's ass in here. There we go. Oh, wait. He left.
Well,
So,
congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Maybe a prime example of they had us in the first half. The game 1, we go to spiders, your map choice. It seems like an eternity ago. You guys have kind of made this this habit of playing 2-hour matches.
Maybe it's map choices. I don't know, but we're scrappy.
Yeah, scrappy is certainly a word for it. I don't even remember, honestly, what the hell we look at here. I gotta go and let's see. Tomb of the Spider Queen. That's right. The Nubarak, the Jaina, the Junkrat. The last pick in the draft there, you guys took a Tassadar. How did that feel? Why Tassadar in that scenario?
That was my recommendation. I'll take the blame for that one. But yeah, I just wanted something to break the cocoon and for the wave clear and stuff.
Yeah.
I was definitely thinking that as well, but I can't remember why.
Yeah, Steph, how did you feel on Tassadar there?
That felt really unplayable, and it was just awful.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I had called. I was like, Nubarak, I think if the Tassadar stepping up is gonna really punish you for that. And yep, it happened almost on cooldown. The call was just dive the Tassadar, entomb the Tassadar, dive bomb it with the Junkrats. But ultimately, the game was really close. I think it came down to basically just one team fight. Thank God you were Anduin. The Leo had a ton of really good entombs, and you're able to pull people to safety.
Indeed.
And, they ended up getting the better of you and forcing your backs up against the wall. So we went to Battlefield of Eternity, which is your guys' map. You saw the Junkrat game 1. Not worried about it going into game 2 this time?
We discussed that, if they played it, we would still have better race, and we felt more equipped to deal with it the second time, and we didn't think that they were going to pick it, so.
Yeah, and then I think it was nearly the last pick on Spiders and the last pick on BOE, and they just couldn't quite keep up with your burn. That was a really decisive game. I think you guys ended up going 18-4.
Wow.
On BOE. Yeah, it felt close for a little bit, especially after the Blaze got picked off in the bottom lane. It was a really good boop from the Junkrat over the wall. It gave him a full level, and really kind of opened up the door for them to have one last hurrah. But you guys were able to survive kind of the onslaught and push them to a game 3. And then you went to Volskaya. not your pick, obviously. You guys ended up taking a double auto attacker. What was the thought process behind that, not having a mage that time?
I think well, first of all, we're just really comfortable on those heroes. But we felt like our team fight was really strong. And I mean, like, we still could have stacked, even though it was Berserk. I don't even know what did you go?
Oh, I was
Autos.
Autos.
You were, yeah, so you can stack on the. We felt really confident, is the answer.
Yeah.
I think.
They're also. I just think that they're both really strong on the map with the Mer Queen and
Correct. Yeah, we
stacking.
knew we wanted Sylve for sure.
Yeah, and I think you ended up taking Blaze there first. I don't remember what you ended. No, it was Johanna. You guys. Took
No,
Johanna
yeah,
first.
it was Joe first for sure. Because I remember we were actually debating Sonya or Blaze, and we realized that our comp was more of a defensive comp, and we needed more defense.
Yeah.
Than a Sonya. We felt like the Sonya would just get cocooned, and then we'd lose the fight. So.
Yeah, and I think that was a really smart decision too to take the Decker, to take Stay a While and listen there, and have that peel so that your Blaze and your Johanna can focus on what they do well and engage. And I think that really showed. I mean, it was an extremely decisive game yet again. Just the one int by Sylvanas. But I think aside from that, it was a relatively flawless game. So yeah, I got nothing for you right now. Congratulations. I just realized I have 5,600 game files of HOTS, and it takes up 4 gigs of my computer. Holy crap.
Oh my god.
That is so many. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. Congratulations to you. Blechman was a great team to watch. They had really good skins too. I was really enjoying watching their mounts and watching their skins. That was really entertaining to me. But I got nothing else for you. If you got any comments, concerns, or shout-outs to do, the floor is yours.
I would definitely like to shout out Blechman. They have been in our division several seasons, and we feel like we always get to play them, and they're always a good time. So thanks for the games, 100%. Thanks to you for casting, as always.
Sure.
Yeah, I wanted to. The only reason I was here to shout out Chelsea or Moonster for recommending Shepherd to us. And, yeah.
Shepherd's taunt variant, baby.
And Blue for recommending Hachi to us.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well, congrats. I will talk to you guys shortly, but I'm going to wrap up here and then I'll shoot back over.
Sounds good. Thank you.
GG's. All right. And that's going to be all she wrote for me. Harambe looking like a good deal. Only 5,000 for all that. Yeah, Harkin. You get it. Oh, shoot. That's going to do it for me. Congratulations again to Phoenix Rising Amethyst. 2-1 victory over 2-10 Blechman. We will update the little scoreboard there just for the YouTubes. There we go. Thanks for everybody for coming out and supporting NGS and supporting these teams, and we'll see you next time.